it's unfair to be overly harsh on POSTECOGLOU. I don't think so. When you have injuries to key players, there are players that are in your squad that if they are injured, it's going to affect the overall performance of the team. Look at Manchester City; they are about to recover. Look at how just the injury to Rodri affected them so much.
For this manager, for this ownership, for everything wrong with this football club, there's always a reason. There's always an excuse, isn't there? There is always an excuse, right? I need to find somewhere to sit because I don't want to shout and make a fool of myself in Stratford. So I'm just going to sit and I'm going to explain eloquently. There's always an excuse, right? What was the excuse today? Everton, new manager. Boy, they had a new manager bounce. I would love some of that right now. I would love some of that new manager bounce right now because I've had it up to him. I've had it up to him. That win for Everton puts them 4 points behind Tottenham. It puts them 4 points behind Tottenham. Spurs are 15th. We are 15th. Whatever you think about, it could be worse, it is worse. It is worse. What's our excuse? What's our excuse? Even with a half-baked team, how many of those Everton players would you say get into Tottenham's team? The team that we fielded today. How many? How many? Indai does. Definitely. He walks in. He walks into our team. Right now. And he's not even a winger.
What you just saw there is the new form of content. Now, shout out to Tapping Tubes. If you like his content, please like his video. Please subscribe to his channel. But I disagree vehemently with his opinion on this. I don't have any problem with Tapping Tubes. Shout out to him, like I said. But if you are missing 3 of your starting defenders and you don't have a deep squad, that is not an excuse. It's a reason. If that was Arsenal or Manchester City or Man U, a lot of pundits will understand. A lot of understand. And I hate sports because I hate sports. I will never, ever like sports, right? There are rivals as an Arsenal fan. But can we sometimes, I know it's very impossible these days with the shock value, with the sensationalizing of a lot of news. It's not about the truth anymore. It's about how much money you can make from content. And I get it, make your money. You have to be rewarded financially. I understand that. But can we can have both the truth and the finances. Can't we have that? So, guys, don't that kind of favor. Please like the video if you're new here. Like the video first. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new here, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell. Like I said, I hate sports, but this overly, I would like to put it over the top criticism of sports. I do not subscribe to it. POSTECOGLOU have his faults, right? Likes to go overly gongo sometimes. I like to play the high press a lot of times, even though when they have a healthy lead, when they can sometimes rein it in and control the game, he still wants to go more and more. I understand that part of criticizing POSTECOGLOU. But based on the fact that this guy does not have 3 of his starting center defenders out, the guys coming in for me do not have the same quality in the midfield. They have a bit of injury there. Solanke is out. Those are no excuses. Those are reasons. Sports don't have quality players in their squad like that. So if their key players are injured, it's going to affect the productivity of the team. I understand they guys are languishing in 15 and it's painful. I understand the bragging right. I understand the fan banter. At the same time, as a sports fan, you should show your team a bit of grace and be analytical. Understand why you are going through a mini crisis. How many managers on fire? Mourinho, Conte, Nuno at Nottingham Forest. How many managers are you going to fire? Now, Daniel Levy and the board have to provide the funds to bring more players. I understand that, but you have to understand that the Premier League is a highly competitive game, or sport, or league rather. So, as much as you want to criticize sports, I think it's unfair to be overly harsh on POSTECOGLOU. I don't think so. When you have injuries to key players, there are players that are in your squad that if they are injured, it's going to affect the overall performance of the team. Look at Manchester City; they are about to recover. Look at how just the injury to Rodri affected them so much. Look at Arsenal when what's his name? But the guy was out for a few weeks. Look at Saka out for almost 3 weeks. Look how he's affecting our productivity and how we play in our attack. So it's not just an excuse. It's a reason. I understand you want to just come and vent and be angry as a fan. You think you're entitled to winning every game. Everton, you are saying that, oh, how many Evertonian players will get into the sports team? I think that's a false analogy, because Everton are not fighting for top 4, top 6. So the bar for comparison is miscued, right? The injured players for Everton are not as significant as injured players for Spurs. So sometimes we like to have this false comparison because it sounds good, because it will sensationalize what you're trying to push. Let's not do that, tapping tools. No, I respect your content, but I disagree with what you're saying at this moment. Everton and Spurs are two different clubs with two different objectives that they're pursuing. And Solanke being out yesterday, Van der Ven being out, your Argentine defender being out, Udoge being out. Those are quality players out of your squad. Those are top quality players out of your squad. Song is not firing in all cylinders. This will affect the productivity. It's not just the manager cannot go on the pitch, do certain things. I understand he picks the squad, but if his squad is littered with injuries, how can he pick a team that should win consistently? Have they lost certain games that you're supposed to do better this season? Yes. Even though if you had a full squad and a healthy squad, Spurs are not going to go unbeaten. They'll still lose a few games, let alone when they have quality players out of the squad. So can we just rein it in sometimes and show a bit of grace and be analytical when we are doing this thing? Now, I'm not saying Spurs fans should relegate their expectation of their club. I'm just saying when key players are out, you have to understand why you are going through a mini crisis at the moment. Sacking this manager will not change your fortunes, because if you look at your antecedents, you've sacked a few managers in the last few years. Has it necessarily changed your fortunes? I think the focus will be how to actually build a squad beyond the first 12 players. You have to have quality on the bench and hope for the lack of injuries, or bring in players who are not injury prone. That is the only thing you can do at this moment. Not every time, oh, the manager must be horrible. It's easy these days, always focus on the manager. What of players taking responsibility? What of Madison underperforming? Sal underperforming in the last few weeks? It's easy to always target the manager, but sometimes can we rein it in? Be more analytical, be more objective, be more rational in how we look at these things. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Especially if you're a sports fan rather. Do you think it's time to sack POSTECOGLOU, or you think it's time for the board to actually bring in some quality players and quality depth for the team? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Please like the video on your way out. Please subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.